Hellorodney, thanks for clicking on my video.
Gary and Mark, and Mike and Steve and Jason. I think that's up the west coast of America. And what a great trip that was, and all because of this site. They are people I never would have met if it hadn't been for YouTube. And as Ken said as well, these have become lasting friendships. Yes, we don't see each other anywhere near as much as we would like to, but we correspond in one way or another through emails or videos or whatever it might be.
Andy Mossman. He's like, that's an old school kind of vlog, you know, just turns on the camera and starts talking. You know, he basically does what I do, except he sits there. And I just sit there. Now I walk around. You know, I've expanded my horizons of vlogging because I'm very sophisticated, you know. I mean, I keep up with everything. Yesterday, oh God, I feel the sun looks so good out there. I had to buy a new freaking thing for this. Probably if I would have taken it off during the winter, I wouldn't have had to buy it, but I think it got frozen and cracked. Yesterday, a guy come out, Pat, from Yonkers. He came out and he spent 7.5 hours here. And I could only help him for like 3 hours. I got freaking worn out, completely worn out. But we, you know, the porch still needs work, you know, and so the yard is getting a lot better. You know, piled up all this wood and stuff that was just strewn around. So all of that stuff was just all over this whole area. So now we have some piles here, so it'll make it easier for me to get to it when it's time for firewood and stuff. I've got a lot of firewood here. As we look at this thing, I probably have, between all the wood that's here and then that pile over there, probably, well, it depends on how bad the winter is, you know, probably at least 2 or 3 years worth of firewood. But come the summertime, there's a guy over here. Maybe I'll go see him and see if he's got a summertime price. But the yard is looking a lot better. A lot better. And he's a guy that I'm going to have come over and help me quite often, because he's a really nice guy, congenial person, and he works hard. Oh, there's somebody down there honking at the freaking chickens. Getting the chickens out of the way. And those chickens get on my property. And you think that chickens are okay. Oh, look, the little chickens are getting the little worms and stuff. Well, we don't have that many worms here, but what happens with chickens is they come and they start scratching around, you know. They start scratching around, and they have got these little claws, and they'll just tear up your property. Within a little while, your property starts to look like that instead of looking like that. Because the claws here were from a rake, and they have organic claws. So this whole area right here got cleaned up a lot. Still a lot of work to do. So I'm scheduled for Friday again. That's a saw I bought. A tile cutting saw that I bought for big pieces of glass. Naturally, I never used it, but I have it. But anyway, things look a lot better now. And on the inside of the house, I'll go show you the inside. Look. I think those are lion tracks. I think it was like an Indian in the old days. It was like a tracker. Look. Those are my tracks. And this little vegetation right here, it's growing up between the bricks in the walkway area. Oh man, I'm still not recovered. All of these are my paintings. And then all of these are paintings. all rolled up that were never stretched or anything. They were all up there. Probably at least a couple of hundred pieces. So he did a nice job. He did the dishes and cleaned the refrigerator and did all this stuff. He did all this stuff that a normal person would do on a daily basis that I never do. So that's okay. But I was looking at those videos that some of the people did on vlogging, and vlogging was an interesting thing. It's a lot of people don't do it like that anymore, but nobody cares. Well, I just wanted to go outside and show you the yard. The yard looks a lot better. It's beautiful outside. Wow, no wind. This is really nice. Very nice out. Oh. It's funny, I get these rocks and stuff like that. Instead of taking them and putting them somewhere, I make a little sculpture out of them. That's funny. I like it though. I like these kind of things. I do. So things are I'm feeling better, I'm feeling better. I need to make some money. I want everybody that watches this video to send me $100. I think that would help out. That would have like $300. I'm just enjoying walking around today. It's interesting the way things are. It's interesting how things are. I like having this property. And there was people think that out here that there's no vegetation and stuff like that. A friend of mine who's like a guy, he's really funny. He got an architecture degree from Georgia Tech. They called it architecture. And he got an architecture degree there, and he makes a living as a gardener and a curb painter. And he came out to my house and did a plant survey. And there was probably a couple of dozen plants that he identified, and we were just on one part of my property. So there's all kinds of plants here. Oh. Whew. Freaking tired. I might go in. Nah, I don't think so. I was thinking about it. I might go into the car. I gotta go to the freaking. I gotta go get my medication today. I ran out of thyroid medication, so I've been using my old prescription because I ran out, and I went over there to get it, and I was out, so I had to call the medical place a couple of times and have them fax the thing over there, and it still wasn't there, so I just left, and I'll go back today. Get it. And I've been making these things. These are small cabs, and people, jewelers use these for, they can use they can make them rings or pendants or whatever they want to do out of this. And so I've been making those, and to show you the kind of production that I do. This right here, this thing has got, I don't know how many, there's got to be, I don't know how many years there, I haven't counted them, but there is freaking huge numbers of these things. Those are the small ones. And so that's what I'm doing. And I told you that I had all of these buckets. There's a bucket right here. There's two buckets right here. And this is all scrap material. So then I put it out here, and then start chopping it up into little pieces, and then I come up with these things, and then I fire them, and they become, that's a pendant, they become pendants and small calves. There's some pendants in here, but that's what I do. That's what I do. There's a bunch there, and then here's my kiln. So those are ready to come out. Oh. So everything is pretty well done. You know, still tons of stuff to do. I'm scheduled with him for Friday, so I might have him come out and maybe we'll put in another, I don't know, it's not a full day, maybe 4 hours or something on Friday. Maybe we'll do some things like clean all the windows and maybe wash windows and stuff like that, and try and get the place cleaned up a little bit. And this is the kind of guy that I don't mind paying, because his prices are reasonable, and he's conscientious, and he's out there, he's working, and you don't have to worry about him that he's dicking off or anything like that. The guy is really a good worker, so it's excellent. He's conscientious, and he does what he's supposed to do, so he knows what he's supposed to do. He's been doing it for quite a while, so. Okay, well, I'm hellorodney. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.